WCLN 1170 Radio and Cable Channel 16 are pleased to present We Should Know, hosted by JW Simmons, an upbeat, informative look at people, places, and issues facing our community. This education-based analysis of issues will remain positive and informative as we consider closely what we should know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We Should Know is on there. I want to thank you for being with us today. We come to you on Tuesdays, also Thursday at 7 p.m. This show's been going on now for close to 13 years. We've had some guests on about different subjects, different content, education, information. Today's show is a critically important show because it's about aging, the aging process, and the things that this county is doing to help and be supportive in that role of aging. And our guest is Angela Faircloth. Angela, thank you for being with us today.
I'm so excited. I am so grateful that you asked me to come and share what is out in our community with our programs.
Angela, just so folks will know, you've got over 25 years experience with the Department of Aging. You've got multiple certifications and educational credentials, particularly in the aging process. So as we listen to you today, address some of the issues that you're aware of and look at some of the areas the county is involved in with folks that are aging, I think it's going to be important and hopefully helpful to not only people that are aging, but as you well know, it affects an entire family. If you've got parents that are getting older or what have you, you need to know where resources are. So let's kind of open the door to that process and talk about aging in the sense of what does that mean in today's world when we know we have some of our national and global leaders are in their late 70s and 80s, and yet sometimes we look at it and go, well, when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to just kind of go sit under a tree somewhere. Tell us how we are supposed to kind of process the whole act of aging.
Now, you can sit under a tree if you want to, only if you have a glass of lemonade and it's a nice, cool, breezy day, taking a break. But just because we age, that doesn't mean we quit. Age is just it just is. It is what it is. You have youth, you have middle age, you have older age. But just because that is, it doesn't mean you quit. It just means your season's going to be different. So let's find those things that can help us to enjoy our different season. And that's what Department of Aging is here for. It is not to quit. If you quit, you die. It's just that simple. And we all have a path, and we need to find out what that is, and let's enjoy the different seasons of our lives.
It's interesting, and I'm going to ask you to kind of look back because you've been, again, over 25 years doing this. What brought you to this thing that you've dedicated a huge portion of your life to, and that's working with people and helping them through the aging process? What was that thing that caused you to think this is something I want to do?
Well, it wasn't what I wanted to do. I'll be honest with you. Growing up, good Christian family, going on, my father died in a car wreck, and then I got married, kind of wasted my 20s, and then I got the job when I was 30 at Department of Aging, and I thought I had it made. Here I was with the county and blah, blah, blah. I've got weekends off, the holidays, it's all great. People are knowing me, but what really happened was there was a destiny already planned for me. And the Lord said, you're not in it for clout. I am grateful for the county because I love me some Sampson County government. I'll be the first to tell anybody. But the Lord said, this is what you're going to do. And so when I realized what He wanted me to do, I fell in love with helping and serving. And it is our senior population that I fell in love with. So I'm here for the long haul. Now, I only have 4.5 years for retirement, but I will not ever quit. My job is to serve as long as I'm here. So
you work with a lot of people that volunteer and support what you do. Is it hard to get people out to support the aging programs and that kind of thing? And is the important piece of that for you that you feel like that not only one person, but 1,000 people, 10,000? I mean, there's a lot of folks out there that benefit from the Department of Aging.
There are so many people that are out there that do not realize their talent. If they would and give it a shot and volunteer, it would help us out tremendously. But as people age, they don't think that they have anything to offer. Mm-hmm. That is as far from the truth as anything. We need volunteers. We need folks to take home delivered meals to folks that are shut-ins. We have nutrition sites, and we'll talk about that later, mm-hmm. and senior centers that we welcome people of anyone, any age, mm-hmm. to come in, share their talent. Maybe it's a cooking class, maybe it's singing or piano or mm-hmm. or whatever it is, to help their community, to get them involved and to just volunteer their time. But volunteers are extremely, extremely desirable right now.
So we're going to talk about that just for a moment then. So as people have talents and skills, they may have retired as an engineer, they may have retired as a farmer, they may have retired of many different backgrounds. Mm-hmm. They could actually reach out to you and say, look, I'm retired, but I'd still like to kind of, maybe do something to help the community. You've got places that you could recommend or bring them in and that kind of thing. Do you do sessions or classes for folks in that area?
So to answer that question simply, yes, but to expand on it, we have nutrition sites in all areas of the county. We have a senior center in Garland and a part-time senior center in Roseboro. They have class times all during the day. I'm going to use Garland Senior Center, for example. Mm-hmm. They will call and maybe have foot care, or maybe have somebody come in for singing, or someone to come in and teach flower arrangements, mm-hmm. or whatever. But anyone that has a passion and they want to share it, they are more than welcome at any of our sites. So people can call me, or they can call our nutrition program manager, which is Rachel Wilson. She's over the nutrition sites. And we can get you where, and maybe you want to go somewhere away from where you live, or you can do it in the community that you're in as well. We'll never turn down volunteers at all. Never.
So, and of course, I think that number is 592-4653.
Yes, sir.
So, and we're going to put that on the screen for folks. Mm-hmm. As we're having this conversation, the numbers of what is referred to as baby boomers is increasing unbelievably. So mm-hmm. your job over the past few years has not only increased, but you mentioned maybe the next 4 or 5 years is going to increase tremendously more. Are you prepared for that influx of folks that identify as seniors or the aging population?
Well, we hope we are. And we are actually going to be depending on them to drive us in what direction we need to go in as well. Because our baby boomers are going to set us on fire, which that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Because we're not getting any older. We've got a lot of young baby boomers out there. They don't want to sit around. Well, we don't want to sit around. We want to go and be active and make a difference and help people. So, yeah, our baby boomers, I'm excited about them. I am. I'm a little nervous about them, but I'm totally excited about them.
As they come in to the market, so to speak, is there things that you look at analytically? For example, you mentioned nutrition sites. Are those nutrition sites prepared for that volume of people, or do you need additional funding? And is that funding forthcoming with the county, or do you look at it from outside sources?
Fortunately, I cannot say anything about the funding because I don't do the numbers. Right. I leave that up to Dana. Yeah. Dana Hall, our director. Yeah. But we are prepared. We are ready to get people that want to come in to do programs. Absolutely. I mean, if they started calling right after this show, absolutely. Let's find out where you want to be. Not where you need to be, but where you want to be or where you need to be. And we'll get you set up and get you started, get you on a calendar, because the nutrition sites, they have a calendar that are for, it's for the month at a glance. And we can plug you in wherever you want to go. But our participants at our nutrition sites as well, they are getting younger.
And I think that's interesting when you look at it, because you would think, well, these nutrition sites has been there for decades, but at the same time, they keep evolving. And that, I guess, fertile ground of new folks coming in.
Because it's a trickle-down effect, JW.
Yeah.
You get people in, you teach those that are in there, and those that are in there, they teach their family or their friends. It's a pay it forward.
And that process is interesting as well, because the idea of paying it forward, everybody has, I guess maybe they don't realize it, but I think a certain responsibility for doing that. Would you not think that's?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We have a responsibility to help each other, to serve, to just persevere, be positive, give love, do whatever we can to help better someone's life or just a community, whatever it is. But I agree.
Well, one of the things I want to try to get into, and we're going to go to a break here in just a second, but I'm kind of setting it up for the second segment. I noticed in a lot of number of certifications you got, but there's one of them that you're certified in. It's called Tai Chi. Well, when I looked at that, I thought, well, I need to kind of figure out what that is. Well, I discovered that Harvard also, their medical school, they send out newsletters to seniors a lot. And one of the things they recommend is exactly that. So when we come back from break, I want to kind of give you an opportunity to explain what that is, how it could be beneficial to folks out there, and where people would need to go to learn and understand more of what Tai Chi is. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're talking with Angela Faircloth. We're talking about things that affect your life each and every day, and that's the aging population. We'll be back in a moment.
Providing fewer commutes, more backyard offices, and crystal clear meetings. Providing less, you froze up, and more presence in your presentations. Providing a better internet experience. Providing possible.
You're out for an evening on the town. Finally a chance to relax and forget that you left your front door completely unlocked. Fortunately, you just installed a security system from Star Communications. With just your cell phone, you can check on your house, lock it down, light it up, and get back to relaxing.
You forgot to put Buster in his crate.
Unfortunately, we can't help with that. Security and automation from Star Communications. Call today to find out more.
Most aging adults want to stay in their homes as long as possible. And as your loved ones get older, you want to support them, even when you can't be there. Star is proud to offer Star Alert. This new system is now mobile and has GPS compatibility, so your loved ones can live their lives and you can have peace of mind, knowing they can get the help they need with just the simple push of a button. The new Star Alert also offers automatic fall detection, so help will be alerted even if they can't press the button. Call and ask about Star Alert today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you very much for being with us today. We always look forward to seeing you each and every Tuesday and also Thursday at 7 p.m. On Star Communications Channel 16, WCLN Radio. We're talking today about something that is near and dear to you, close to you every day, that you probably maybe not think about sometimes, but it could be you, it could be somebody you know, and you're on the same path. It's called the aging process. Angela Faircloth is with us. Angela, this is what you do. You live in the world for over 25 years now, working with the county, with the Department of Aging, and you live in that world. And it's so individualized, Angela, that I see people that are, as you pointed out, that are continuing to work. I was reading an article, man, 80 years old, decided to retire at 80. And I'm thinking, decided to retire at 80? And he was concerned about his Social Security and that kind of thing. But I want to kind of get into some of the things that you have credentials in and have, should I say, mastered. And one of those is an area that you teach in, and it's called Tai Chi. And it was interesting enough that I did a little bit of research, but I want you to explain to us what that is, and if it is now available through the Department of Aging, and how folks may get involved in that, and why it's so important to folks as they go through this aging process. So
Tai Chi, I will say, grabbed my heart from the beginning. And what I've seen it do has evolved. I was certified in 2007, so I've been teaching Tai Chi since 2007. And for those who don't know what it is, just a quick, everybody knows what karate is. Karate is an external martial art. Tai Chi is internal. It is for healing and just betterment, relaxation, mindfulness, that sort of thing. So Tai Chi was born many, many years ago. We have, there's so much running through my head, so I'm trying to pick the right path. When in 2005, I was trained with the Arthritis Foundation to become a master trainer in the exercise program and aquatics program. So that changed, and then Tai Chi came up. So we started teaching Tai Chi, and it has just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger over the years. But what I have noticed is how it changes people in general from being in the negative aspect and more to the positive aspect. It doesn't matter how old you are. Anybody can do Tai Chi. What we offer is mainly our senior citizens. We offer it at the Bellamy Center right here at Royal Lane Park here in Clinton on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock. It teaches how to position your body for safety. There's the arthritis piece, there's the falls prevention piece, and then now we've even incorporated part 2. So we're up to about 43 movements that my seniors are doing. We have 3 instructors now. I have finally got a partner 4 years ago, Mr. Larry Robinson, and now Miss April Melvin. And she has actually taught a class at Butler Court Nutrition site. You can do it standing or in a chair. The socialization piece is amazing. And to see people learn a new craft, no matter what age you are, it's just amazing. And to see how it betters people, it relaxes them, it causes them to protect their bodies, regardless if they're going up a step or going down steps or just shopping, whatever. It is just an all-around wonderful program for anybody. And my seniors, to see them, the light bulbs go off and them getting a better understanding of what movement they're doing, and it's safer and healthier for them. It is a blessing. It truly is. This idea of the mind-body connection seems to be built around the core of Tai Chi. Looking at that from what you just alluded to, the balance thing, one of the particular things that I read was this idea of falling or stumbling. It can be to some degree prevented through taking Tai Chi classes and doing this exercise
this mental and physical exercise of Tai Chi on a regular basis?
Oh, absolutely. Habitually, we learn very young, this is how we're going to walk, talk, act, the whole 9 yards. Tai Chi, not in a strange way, but it changes your mindset. It slows you down enough to realize, hey, the way I'm doing this could be a hazard, so let me change it to do it this way so I can protect myself more, go to my grandkids' ball games or go to a cooking class or whatever, because I have taken this step differently to protect myself. It is an all-around, it's no different than doing a certain diet. It just betters you. Tai Chi, that's it. It's a mental diet. It betters you. It helps you to do things a little differently. Even myself, and I just turned 55, because of doing Tai Chi, I have kept from breaking my ankle twice.
Wow.
Because I know how to protect my body and how to maneuver my body. God gave us this incredible mind. And sadly, sometimes we do keep it in a box and we need to open the lid and take those tools that we learn and use them instead of just keeping them bottled up, because it may create a whole different person in you to be able to do a lot more things.
Is this not only good physically for folks, but when I think about it from the sense of a stress reduction kind of exercise, how does it deal with the mental picture that sometimes you've heard that old saying that people get caught in a funk about things and their mind is just not, does it help with that mental drive and to try to keep a clear mind?
For lack of better words, it takes us out of our own self. Because society, life, family, whatever, it keeps us all bottled up so much here, and the enemy is at work, and he will get in our minds and try to mess us all up. So one thing I have noticed with Tai Chi, it quietens our mind so we can divert our thinking process. And it's very calming, helps us to say, you know what, I can put that to the side for a minute, and this is what I'm going to focus on.
Do you find that you have people in your class when you're doing that can't seem to just sit down and it's, again, just thinking about just letting it go and focusing on the inner self? Is that harder for some people as opposed to others? It can be.
It can be. But, of course, I do not turn anyone away. And we try to encourage just even breathing more and relaxing more, because they do want to be a part of it. But it's hard for people who are wired to be on fire and full of gas all the time. It's hard for them to slow down. And sometimes I have to have a quiet minute for myself sometimes to put myself in a different mindset, because I'm thinking about all these things I've got to do. But for 45 minutes, JW, if you're in class, you can't save anybody, you can't pay a bill, you can't change a diaper, you can't do anything. You can do it for yourself. So let's take all of that, put it over here, and let me do something positive and healthy for myself and just slow down for a minute.
How many of these classes do you offer on average a week?
Okay, so Tai Chi is evidence-based. Through the CDC. So we have to teach, a segment is 10 weeks, 2 classes for 10 weeks. So it's 20 classes. And we teach 4 a year. So from July 1st to June 30th, we get 4 of those classes in. Now we do take that little break at Christmas. We take a couple of weeks off here and there after each class just to rejuvenate and get everything ready. I got to turn in reports and stuff. But that we do. We don't let them go too long without class, and they're ready for class when we start back.
So it's interesting, and you just helped me, because that's exactly what I wanted to bring out. This is not something you go in for a day and sit down and say, well, I now understand Tai Chi, I got it. It is a process of a continuum, almost like helping somebody develop a good nutritional habit for your brain.
Absolutely. It's a lifestyle change. I'm going to use Dr. Lamb for example because he's the master over all of it that we got our program from. I've noticed ever since I've been teaching how he has evolved, and he's gotten older. So what he does is he has slowly changed or tweaked this movement or that movement. As he's aged, it helps us to tweak ours as well to even better ourselves even more. So it's not just, I'm going to eat healthy today and we'll be brand new tomorrow. That's not how it works. It is a continuum. It's a lifestyle is what it is. It's a lifestyle.
So I'm going to give the number out again, 910-592-4653. If somebody's interested in hearing us today or watching us today, they should call that number and say, hey, where's the next class? When does it start? Do they need to start? And I've got about 30 seconds here before we go to break, but do they need to start at the beginning of the program? Can they come in at any time? Or how does that rotate?
They can come in if they want to in the middle, but I will have a conversation with them. And then the next time they come in, they will be more aware and they've seen what actually goes on. So we'll just start from the beginning with them. You know, it's just a prelude to help them out for the next. We're
going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about some of the other programs that are available through the Department of Aging right here in the county at no cost, by the way.
Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're talking with Angela Faircloth. We're talking about the process of aging, how you can get involved in a positive way. We'll be back in a moment.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need Whole Home Wi-Fi from Star Communications. Star's Whole Home Wi-Fi provides ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Star's Whole Home Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections. So you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Star is always there to help you should any issues arise. Star's Whole Home Wi-Fi also comes with the Command IQ mobile app, putting you in control of your home network and making it easy to set up and connect devices, run network speed tests, pause Wi-Fi, and set parental controls all from the palm of your hand. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience. Contact Star today to get started.
Just because something may work doesn't mean it's right for your business. Let Star Communications' knowledgeable consultants help you customize a hosted voice system that's right for you. Our dedicated experts work with you to understand your business needs and guide you at every step, from choosing and installing services to ongoing maintenance and support. Contact Star today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. JW Simmons here, your host. The name of the show is We Should Know. We're coming to you on Star Communications TV, Channel 16, at WCLN Radio. We're talking about the aging process today, and we're talking with someone that has made a career out of helping people understand, process it, and to some degree get through it and enjoy the aging process, and that's Angela Faircloth. Angela, we went to break, we were talking about Tai Chi. Just a point of clarification, folks can get into that class at kind of any point. It's good to get in from the beginning of the class to work your way through, but they can call you and get in.
Absolutely. Anything we talk about, 100%, please call me. I will get you where you need to go. I will... we will navigate that highway and make sure that you are not left behind, and we'll get you in class.
Absolutely. Sounds great. Now, I want to try to touch on some things, these last couple of segments here we got, and talk a bit about some of the things. And a lot of these, if folks want to go to the websites, you can go to Sampson County, SampsonNC.com, and you can find the health department, and you can find some of this information there. But just points of clarification, there's several areas that the Department of Aging focuses on, and one of those is adult day health care. Talk to us about that, and what does that even mean?
So adult day health care, it is... goodness, it is such a wonderful program. say for instance, you're taking care of a loved one, but you know you have to work. That is a perfect place for them to go, to be in a safe environment. They get breakfast, lunch, some snacks. They have different programs all day as well. So it's a great place, a safe environment to go, take your loved one, and you know there's nothing to worry about, and you can relax the rest of the day and get your work done. And any information about that, you're more than welcome to call the Adult Day Center, 592-7787. Miss Carla Johnson is the program manager over the Adult Day Center.
And we're going to try to post these numbers on the screen so they'll have them as we're going forward. The point that I wanted to try to point out on this is that as a person gets older in life, oftentimes, as you just pointed out, the family members are concerned about leaving them alone, or are they still active and they don't want them to fall, or what have you. This is a program that they could you could feel comfortable, they're safe, and there's no nefarious kinds of things going on.
Absolutely. I would take my own parents there if I needed to. There's Miss Carla, of course. You have a nurse. You have I think a couple of part-time people. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. But yeah, and they're very active. They do lots of different programs, of course, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry at all. It is for your peace of mind as well as anybody's, and because you want the best for them and for their safety.
And we're hoping this program today will help that millennial group, which is following the baby boomers, maybe help that millennial group figure out, here's some things that mom or dad can do and that they're involved in, and I feel safe. I'm not leaving them by themselves, and I'm comfortable with that. So the programs I guess all of these programs fit in that area. The Community Alternatives Program, what is that? Okay, so Community Alternative Program, we call it CAP. We have the disabled part of it, the disabled adult part of it. It is a program designed to keep your loved one at home instead of placement. Depending on the need of the person, they can get 4 hours a day or up to 8 hours a day for a caregiver to take care of them. It could be a CNA, it could be just different pieces to that part, but someone would be with them all day to make sure they're taken care of while their loved one works. One of the things, and this is on the website as well, the county in putting this program together in conjunction with DHHS on the state level, but the county made it a point that they feel, the leadership of the county feels that a person is much better off as long as they can stay safely and work within the environment of their home and those kinds of things. That's a huge challenge to make sure that where's that critical break point that the person is not safe anymore. Right. There, and it is, and fortunately our programs are able to bridge that gap, to be able to say, okay, because everybody's situation is different. Someone might work for the Adult Day Center, someone might work for CAP. But there are those who need placement, which is absolutely fine. But we're able to bridge that gap to give peace of mind in all aspects. And also kind of feel like that professionals have looked at it. If you're a family member trying to look after somebody, that yourself and others are professionals in that field, and they should feel comfortable that your credentials and experience is good advice. Oh yeah, and so if someone is confused or faced with a situation that just got dropped in their lap, I don't want anybody to feel like they are lost or that they are out there on a desert island by themselves. All they have to do is call. Let's go over a few things and figure out which direction you need to go. But you're not by yourself. No one's ever alone in this
in this path we're taking.
One of the things we mentioned off air too, Angela, is that the programs that we're talking about here are not for people that are in poverty or have limited incomes. They're for anybody out there. And you have all different levels of background, of income, expertise, everything from teachers to you name it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just for people, JW. It's not for income.
There's no categories.
There's no category. It's just for people. And that is one thing I would love to get, if I could go to every nook and cranny in Sampson County, to be able to tell people it is not for a certain group of people. It is for all people. The CAP program is the only Medicaid program that we do have. And then the other one is for the aging population, 60 and older. And, it's just, we have for everybody. So it's for people, not poverty or not the rich or not the medium. It's for anybody.
The family caregiver program, that kind of gets into a thing that touches your heart. Let's talk about that.
Yes, it does. I don't even know if I can talk about it. Yes, it is a wonderful program because sadly, dementia is on the rise.
Absolutely.
And there are so many people, I can't even count on my hand how many people that I come in contact with every month that have just all of a sudden out of the clear blue been faced, oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm lost. They don't know what direction to go in.
And this is a non-recoverable disease, by the way.
Absolutely. So dementia is the umbrella. And under that umbrella, you have Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the main one that everybody pretty much knows about, but it's a cognitive impairment, just like the rest of them. Lewy body, frontotemporal dementia, vascular dementia, drug-induced dementia. There's all kinds under that umbrella. And now, I cannot diagnose which kind that they have, but it is on the rise way more than I want it to be, but my heart is helping to educate the caregiver because there is no cure for dementia in general. What we have to do is change ourselves because our loved one has a disease that is non-curable. So they have no control over what happens to them. So my passion is to educate and love and help people to understand this is what you're going to be faced with. So let me help you for that situation that they're in and to be able to navigate that new season in their life.
You just, in explaining that, just struck a chord. I'm sure you know a lot of folks, and I'm aware of a lot of folks that listen to this show that has had family members they have worked through that with, and of course, passed from this life. It is so important to know, and for people to know from you, that there's a place they can call, there's a place they can go and get that critical support. It's got to be the most lonely thing to know if you don't have any support, any assistance.
It will isolate you if you let it.
And 100%. Cause you problems trying to deal with the family member.
Absolutely. But if people need me, all they got to do is call me. They can come to my office, and I will be the first to tell you or anybody, I may not know the answer. I may not have the resource. If it's out there, I will find it for you. But if not, I will love you through it because there's so many people feel unloved and they don't feel like there's any answer and they're about to lose it and scream, which Tai Chi can maneuver in there and help with that stress level as well.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
That's the caregiver that actually helps the caregiver to deal with the dementia that their family member has.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dementia is not only my professional job as well, and maybe I shouldn't call it a job. It's just my new life. But it's also personal to me now and my family. So I am learning as a caregiver as well as a professional as well. Because sometimes I will call the Dementia Alliance of North Carolina, which is a great resource, and I will say, okay, I know the answer to this, but I need you to help me as a caregiver to know the answer to this. So I'm learning even now, and with what I already know, I'm helping my brothers and sisters to be able to handle their situation.
And that whole area is evolving, as you pointed out. So when we come back from this break, we're going to be in that kind of time. I want to try to hit the highlight on a lot of issues, but I want to touch on this information and options counseling, and also touch on minor home repairs. That's so important. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a moment. We're talking about the aging process, of which we're all going through. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Eastern North Carolina is a beautiful place where we gladly choose to call home, and we strive to provide the best communications services. STAR is committed to improving communications to all our service areas because we want to improve the communities where we not only work, but also live. STAR Communications. We are neighbors serving neighbors.
If you run a business, you need sales. To get sales, you need customers. To get customers, you need exposure. Let our team of experts craft and produce the perfect video ad to reach your intended audience while making the most of your advertising dollars. Call 1-800-706-6538 or visit starcom.net to contact our STAR Communications production team and get your business moving to the next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on the last segment here. JW Simmons, your host. The name of the show is We Should Know. We come to you on Star Communications TV, Channel 16, WCLN Radio, simulcast on Tuesdays at 2:30, replays at 7 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday. You can pick us up on that Channel 16. Also, it's uploaded to YouTube and other social media platforms. Pick us up there. Look at it on YouTube. Any questions, comments, we're going to give you the numbers to contact all of our guests, but particularly today with the Department of Aging. Angela Faircloth's number is going to be high at the top of that list, 592-4653, and other numbers that we'll put on there as well. And Angela, there's so much to cover here. We're kind of in that last segment where we're exiting conversation about dementia, but that's such a critically important thing. I want to move to information and options counseling. That, I think, is a critical part as well. Explain to us what goes on there.
So that's the bridge as well.
Okay.
So that is, okay, so we have the family caregiver side, and then we have all of our other program sides. So what that does is folks who call, and they may just need a simple number, say they need a ramp, a wheelchair ramp, and that's all they need. Or they can call me and they are a mess and they don't know which way to go. That's when the counseling comes in. So then I can take that, do an assessment, get them in, home visit, whatever's needed, and then navigate which way I need to go with them. And it's case management, following up with them, making sure they've got everything that they need, talking them through, because this is all brand new to them. Maybe they need the family caregiver program. Maybe they need home repair program. Maybe they need the nutrition program. Maybe they need the community alternative program. Maybe they need food stamps, or maybe they just need to know how to get a home delivered meal. So the options counseling, you counsel people. And sometimes it becomes a therapy session as far as the family caregiver side of it, which is absolutely fine, because informing folks what needs to happen to ease their minds when it comes to if their loved one has a cognitive impairment, that's when that plays in as well. So it helps me to bridge which way to go and to be that middle person for them.
And I think what I hear you saying too is that the person that calls or reaches out to you may be in just some sense of shock themselves.
Absolutely.
Either as the person going through it or the family member that's calling saying, I'm recognizing these particular traits.
A lady called me last week, and she was just a wreck. She's like, I don't know what to do, Miss Faircloth. I said, first of all, I'm Angela. Just call me Angela. Mm-hmm. I want people to feel as close to me as they can because I want to help them. I don't want them to feel like I'm somebody because I'm not. I'm just there to help them. I will help you through this. And an hour and 10 minutes later, she was so much calmer. Her situation was still there, but I helped her through it to figure out what her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s really are, what's coming next. Let's find out what your priority is, what you need, and let's get rid of the other stuff, this clutter in your mind, and let's get to the bottom of it. And she was so much better by the time we got off the phone. So it's just giving them that ear, that hand, that shoulder, whatever they need, and counseling them through everything, and then giving them the resources that they do need.
It sounds to me, listening to you, that there is a peace in understanding.
Education is more. There's not enough positive adjectives to describe education. And when I mean education, I don't mean going to school. I mean educating people about stuff they just don't know. My sister will tell you right now, she will tell me, Angela, thank you for just educating me on things that I need to know about that I don't. And it's because of the training that I've had. The County Department of Aging has been wonderful about getting me that training that I need so I can help the public.
The process of life is education.
Absolutely, 100%, and just loving people through it. Yeah.
An area that I want to try to get in today also is this home minor repairs at home. Oftentimes people will have things that either it might be they just don't know who to call on, or they need some assistance with. And of course, everybody's busy today. What does that entail, and what's involved in that? It's
such a wonderful program. Oh my goodness. So our home repair program, we can build wheelchair ramps, put up handrails, grab bars, that sort of things for folks who are over 60 and live in Sampson County. We do have a waiting list. Everywhere you go has a waiting list.
Sure.
But there are other resources. If you have to have something right now, I can get you out because like our United Way of Sampson County, they give us money, and we use that for temporary ramps for a certain amount of time until we can get a ramp built, to build ramps for folks who are under 60 who are legally disabled. I'm so grateful for United Way. And then there's the Eastern Baptist Association. We have a contact here in town, Pastor Clay Carter, because I send people to him all the time. If the EBA has funding that they can build them a ramp, if we can't get to them, there's independent living in Fayetteville as well. There's other entities that I can send folks to, but our home repair program is absolutely wonderful. And we do apply for the urgent repair program through the state. We have to apply for that every year. It's not a grant, it's forgiven loan, and it can replace a roof. Now, that doesn't mean that we get it all the time. We apply, they may say yes, they may say no, but there is that caveat to it as well.
Wow. And a lot of these things that we're talking about, do you still find that you've been doing this for quite a few years, as we pointed out as we opened the show, but do you still find that people are still not aware of it?
Absolutely. The girl I talked to last week, she said, I had no idea you were there. And unless I literally go to every house, the only thing I can do is pray that, Lord, help me to get to where I need to go in Sampson County to educate people of who we are. Not just the programs, but we are out there. No, we're not going to get to every single person. But if we can just get to one, just that one person, and then that person gets to one person, and then that person, it's a trickle-down effect that is nothing but positive.
Inform and educate. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
we do here. That's what this show's about. And I think you definitely fit that cycle. I want to be able to touch on the kind of as somewhat of a semi-closure here, this senior citizens and nutrition side. Is that a program offered in different parts of the county that is a daily program, or is it just once a week, or what?
Okay, yes. And I'm excited because when I retire, not quit, I want to be a part as well. So our nutrition sites are all over the county. Nutrition sites, congregate sites, they are open from 9 to 1. So they're a 4-hour-a-day program. They have programs and they have a meal every day. They love it. Roseboro is a part-time senior center. They're open from 9 to 2. I think it's a 6-hour-a-day program. I'm not really good with numbers. And then Garland Senior Center is an 8-hour-a-day program. It's a full nutrition, it's a full senior center. They have programs all day, and there is a nutrition site inside the senior center, and they have a meal every day as well. So 8 to 5.
And Marie Faircloth championed that, I think.
She was, oh my gosh, everybody, she might as well have worn a shirt that said that she was Garland Senior Center herself.
Everybody knows her for that.
They do, but we do have a precious new senior center manager now, Miss Sheila Armwood. She's wonderful. She's up and going. She's got things going on. She took the torch and she's moving forward.
How many of those sites are in the county?
Oh my goodness, see, I knew you were going to ask me that.
Approximately.
Okay, so Mingo, Westbrook, Turkey, Clinton, Harold's, Garland, and Roseboro.
Wow. You did that well.
I don't know how I did it.
Well, I didn't imagine there was that many sites in the county.
Yes.
And so do they pretty much stay busy all the time?
They do. Now, there are a few that are not as active, but they are active. So, yeah, there's something going on. They have a calendar as well. So anybody that wants to volunteer to do anything at our sites, we encourage it, and we'll take you in.
And today, I think folks need to understand, we're not just talking to seniors, we're talking to family members and others. Yes. All of these services are available through your county and through people with expertise and background like you got that is guiding this. So there's a huge amount of education there.
Yes.
We got a few seconds here. I'm going to give you some time for closure on some things that you want to touch on. I'll give you a few seconds to do that before we have to go.
Okay, thank you. So as moving forward, what I do want to focus on is growing our family caregiver program and offering support groups in the county, or finding out what it is that the caregiver actually needs. Of course, our funding, like anybody else's, is limited, but what can we do to offset that to make things happen? Offer more trainings to caregivers, and I encourage all caregivers to let me know what your need is so I can move forward with that. It takes a village. Our whole entire Department of Aging, we work together. Although we all have our own programs, we are a team. And we're very, very excited about that. And June the 23rd, I want everybody to know there is a dementia caregiver workshop Friday the 23rd here in Clinton. I can let you know how to register. It's online. It's only $5. But
and we'll put that on the site as well.
Yes.
We'll put that on the site. Angela, again, thank you for being with us today. And as we come to close today, I certainly want folks to remember to call you at 592-4653. And also the other number we talked about was 592-7787. We'll put these numbers on the screen for folks to pick up on the TV side. So again, thank you for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you again each week right here. And as always, may God bless.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of We Should Know with host JW Simmons. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion regarding this or any episode, please send your emails to weshouldknowedu@gmail.com. And remember to tune in every Tuesday at 2:30 for another informative episode of We Should Know.